our second PfP partners to share their stories of their PfP journey. That would be my sister from Cosmos City Junior Primary School, my Thea Abrams, actually, from Cosmos City Primary School, and Peet van Jaarsveld from Blue Future. Are you by yourself?
Thea is not here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I unfortunately have my partner not here tonight. She is down with the flu, so I'll be taking over the show for her tonight. And I think I can probably now make a lot of claims what I've meant to her without her being able to dispute it. So our journey has been quite an interesting one. Myself is someone that have hopes and concerns for South Africa in equal measures most days. And then on the other days, I have more hope than concerns. So I'm fortunate in that sense that I have the possibility to be optimistic in the South African scenario. But I wanted to make a difference and see where I can do it. My fundamental belief is that the future belongs to the youth, and they will ultimately define the outcome of the future and of South Africa's future. And with that mindset, I think we should actually, as adults, not completely try and dictate that future or how the future should be set by the youth. Now, I think the most important element there, however, is that the education of the youth will define that future for South Africa. And that's a space I always wanted to get involved in. And one of the quotes that always remained with me in my life was John Donne's of "No man is an island." And something that I took out from there when I came back to South Africa on my second work assignment was that I'm only one, and I can't do everything, but I can do something, and I should not the fact that I can't do everything deter me from doing something. So I wanted to do something, and nothing was going to stop me. And a friend of mine introduced me to PfP, and that's really where I could see there's a possibility for me to contribute to a place that will definitely make a difference. Because my kids gone through school, I've had my involvement with them in terms of their education. But here was an opportunity to now still get involved in a school. Someone else's kids may benefit from this, and I could potentially use the years of business experience and apply that in a school environment. I wanted to see if that will really make a difference. So that was the challenge I put out for myself. And I was very fortunate to be paired up with Thea, and unfortunately she's not here tonight for you to meet her, but I think I was very fortunate. But having met a lot of other principals as well, I suspect I would have said the same thing if I were paired up with one of them. So the concept appealed to me, and I just thought with this sort of mandate you can now directly engage with principals at the right level. The question was, can you translate business experience directly to a school organization? And we've heard some comments earlier, and I think for me it was simple. The principal is effectively the CEO of that education organization. She or he has the requirement for the same skill set of any CEO. In addition to, she needs to be an educational specialist. However, she doesn't have the support system that most CEOs have. So it is quite a challenging environment. So sitting and talking with Thea, what was very transparent to me is I need to make sure that this program's not about me and what I can get out of it, and I got a lot out of it. This is really about assisting her and see what she can get out of it, and ultimately to the benefit of the children. And what was very clear for me when I walked into the school was, here was an organization that know exactly what their sole purpose was, being the education of the kids. That's the first thing. Second thing, they knew what they need, and they also knew the shortcomings they had. And they was very open to input from a third party. such as myself. And one of the first discussions we had, my questions to Thea was, what is your most pressing problem? And staff morale came up. And similar to our previous speaker, the question around staff morale is quite an important one, because we try to make the link and say, if you are a teacher and you stand in front of children, now keep in mind these are primary school children, and they are all eager and starry eyes and wanting to learn from this person that knows everything, and that's a very key person in their lives. And if this person can't inspire them and doesn't seem to be engaged and is not involved at all, this is not going to work. So we agreed that staff morale and motivation is one of the key things that we need to address before we get to anything else. We had infrastructure challenges and all of those things, and we worked on some of those. But the most important thing we wanted to address was the engagement of personnel. And the challenge that Thea accepted was, we'll do an employee engagement survey. Now here we're transferring something that's been done in the business world quite often into a school organization. However, not many business leaders are brave enough to accept doing that, because sometimes, if you ask a question, you must be prepared to take that answer. So some people will rather say, I'd rather not ask the question because I don't want to deal with that answer. However, in Thea's case, she was brave enough. She says, let's ask the engagement questions. My only pushback to her was, you need to do 3 things. You need to make sure that all staff participate in this, or at least make it open to them. Second thing is, you must disclose the results of a survey like this to all the employees. And the most important thing is, you must act upon the results, the feedback that you get from the staff. She bravely agreed to that, and we ultimately got the results. And not many things is red flags out there. There's a couple of issues that clearly shown up. The important thing is, I could see the employee and manager relationships are healthy. That was a very important thing to see. Also saw that the expectation of the employees were real. There wasn't teachers expecting these huge things that they may see in a big corporate like a Nedbank or a Investec or any of the other big organizations. They were very real in terms of their expectations. So the issues that ultimately showed up, we also then had teachers and other staff members very keen and eager to get involved in coming forward with resolutions, investigating what is the issues behind this. And now suddenly we saw the positive change in mentality of personnel at Cosmo Primary School. So we have staff there that is suddenly changed, and we believe that have we made a difference? Look, I think we all agree that the outcome of any activities that we do in terms of these schools will be measured years and decades later. Will these kids grow up and ultimately become top performers in Gauteng or South Africa's matric results? We don't know that yet. Will they become these amazing entrepreneurs or doctors or CEOs of big corporations? We don't know that yet. But have we given them an opportunity to actually be more likely to get there? I think we did. So that's what we did. The rest of the presentation is actually Thea's. I'll quickly run through that. I realize we're probably in a bit of time, and I'll try and do my best to cover that. So one of the things, Thea was typically as a CEO, lonely at the top. And this is what they experience. And now there's someone that can listen to gripes, can be a soundboard, can just give different ideas. And Thea's quite open in that sense. I was quite fortunate. But then, of course, in the school environment, who's your shareholders? Is it the kids or is it the parents? Or is it the SGB? Quite a different setup they have, and a lot of challenges coming with that. So this is Thea's words coming from that. Feel a lot more motivated and driven, and like I said, I can make all sorts of claims now. She expressed the regret that the program's so short. We've only been together for a year, and the year has actually gone quite fast. And I feel sorry that it's only been a year, because there's so much to do and was hoping to do so much more. So, but similarly, I am committed to carry on and see where we go from there. This gets into some of the survey that we've done and some of the results out of there. I'll just cover some of that in a graphic form. Our own words at the bottom there, improve staff morale already. That's the big thing, and that's a huge thing for us, because I think any business people out here and any school people here understand that changing people's motivation, unless they change it, it's very difficult to do. So goals are set. Like I said, I can make any claim tonight. Okay. Look, amazing program. I'll share one slide. You can see these are just some of the 18 questions that was posed to it. Essentially what you see there, the purple is people feel that those are exceptional in terms of their work circumstances, the support they get, the things they have, the way they feel about their job. The blue is very well, and the cool is it is something that they're happy to deal with. The yellow and the red is the areas of concern, and clearly those are the areas that we're tackling now, which exactly what staff want to see. They want to see that you pay attention to the things that's not running well so that you can fix those as well. And that is my story. Yay.